A lot of people have told me over the years to let go and move forward with life, and life goes on and just keep going. But nobody ever breaks down to you how to let go.
Shalisa Marie Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Shalisa Marie Radio. This is episode 35, and I am here with an amazing, beautiful, wise woman of God who has guided me since I met her through my best friend Zanya, and we really wanted to get together and do a powerful, inspirational episode on how to let go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charlyn Archer, and it's an honor to be a part of this podcast today. Shalisa is a very special young woman, chosen to do a good work, and I'm grateful. It's an honor to be a part of her journey and to be here today to do this podcast. We've both been inspired to do the work that we're doing at this time. For me, it comes from my personal experiences and having to learn firsthand how to let go and let God, let go and be who I am created to be. So I hope that today you'll all be inspired in any way that you need to let go and be free to be all you're created to be.
Okay. Yes. You just had me thinking. A lot of people have told me over the years to let go and move forward with life, and life goes on and just keep going. But nobody ever breaks down to you how to let go, what is involved in the process of letting go. For example, my mom went to Israel 2 weeks ago or something like that, and she went to where Jesus rose. And while she was there, she heard a voice saying, I am not resting. In that moment, she was confused. She didn't want to say anything because she was around church people and they would probably think she's crazy. So she kept it to herself. She went back to her hotel, and once again, the voice came back again. And this time it said, Shalisa is not letting me go. I am not resting. On July 29th, 3 years ago, I lost my boyfriend. And this whole time, I thought that I have let go. And then when she told me that, I'm like, what? Because I realized that I have physically let go. I have started dating. I have started, doing my own thing within my own journey. But I've realized also that I have carried my emotional attachment to him into all of my relationships and also into my friendships. And I also use people's words like, you're so inspirational, you're so strong, you're getting through this so well, as a check mark to say, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, like people see I'm good, people see I'm strong, okay, then I'm good. But really, I'm not good. And after hearing my mom tell me that, I'm like, how do you let go? I've let go. I've moved on. I have no choice but to move on. He's no longer here. So I'm confused as to what I've been doing wrong, because the last thing I want to be is like a burden to him.
Well,
right? And I don't know how to let go. I don't know what's involved in letting go. Where do you even start?
Okay.
And this can also refer to, you don't have to be experiencing a loss. This could be a relationship, a friendship, addiction, habits, and so on.
Well, letting go, there's no real cut and dry answer to that. My question to you would be, what are you holding on to? So it's not about what are you holding on to? And you know the answer right?
Yeah.
Only you know that answer. Look within yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What am I holding on to? What am I afraid of?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And look at how are you feeling? Because we all have if it's one thing I can say, we all, and this is something I've learned for myself, we all have the answers that we require to move forth in our lives is in us.
Yeah.
Is in us. We might need some guidance because we could go to a therapist, go to counselors, go to psychiatrists
And still
be lost,
Yeah.
still not know, because I believe, and I'll keep taking it back to the I statement, I believe that we're all here to live our lives, live our destiny, have our journeys.
Mm-hmm.
And if we've got to wait for someone to tell us, oh, this is what you need to do and this is how you need to do it, then what are we living? We're living a life
for someone, and they're giving their opinion based off of their own experience, so they're not technically right. Because we all have our own way of approaching situations based on our experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I don't know if I've shared this with you before, but I had a boyfriend that passed away suddenly many years ago. And I saw him the Saturday night before he died. And he looked at me and he said, "Don't stop doing what you're doing." I'm like, of course not. Not knowing what was to come. The next day he died, and from that day forward, April the 27th forward, my life was flipped, turned upside down. I went through many things, addiction being one of them, because I didn't want to let go. I wanted him still here. There was a lot of questions I was asking because I believe that he defined me in a certain way, being in that he gave me, there's something that he filled inside of me. There was a part of me that, he, I don't know what's the proper word to use, but, he kind of complete me, even though no one completes you but you. And I learned that many years later. And so I was going out there in other relationships, using things and people, places, and things to fill that void. And I ended up being empty and losing myself as a result of it. So I had to go within. And why haven't I moved on? He's gone. That's never gonna come back. What do I need to do now? What is it? What's important to me now? Who am I?
Who am I? And
especially,
yes, because when you spend so many years in a relationship with one person, it's like you no longer are like concerned. I feel like I was more concerned about him throughout a large part of our relationship opposed to me.
And what did that do for you, being so concerned about him?
Stress.
It was stressful. But did you feel good?
Yeah, I did. And even,
so it validated you.
It validated me. I felt like a servant in a good way, because I was
needed.
I was needed. I was really needed. So
felt like you mattered.
Yeah. He saw me.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what I'm struggling with now, because I was so used to receiving compliments and encouraging words from him instead of taking it from myself.
Right.
So now when you're like isolated and you're in silence now, no text messages, no calls, nothing, you're stuck with yourself. And now you're forced to like uplift yourself. There's nobody else to fall back on at this point.
Right.
So I think that in order to let go, I feel like the first pointer is that you have to train your mind.
Have you said goodbye? Have you written a goodbye letter?
No.
I think that would be a good release. Write a goodbye letter. Write how you feel.
Yeah.
Write that out. And whether you burn it or keep it, that's up to you. But letting it out, then it's not in here. It's not in the brain. It's not in your mind anymore. It's not going around in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. So write it out.
Journaling is like a huge,
very cathartic,
healing
and I
session for yourself every single day.
Absolutely.
Every single day.
As I said, we have the answers to.
Yeah, we already have them.
Yeah, it's in us. It's in us. Right. So yeah, write it out. Try to come up with 3 to 5, 10, as many as you want. lessons that you can say you've learned as a result of Aiden being a part of your life and him not being a part of your life? What are some lessons? Because our lives are teaching us lessons every day.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? So, yeah, 3 to 5, 10 things that you're grateful for. Okay. So that's your homework.
That's my homework.
Okay.
That's my homework.
Yeah. So ways to let go.
Ways to let go. How do we let go?
Okay.
Where do we start?
Accept the truth. Accept the truth of the situation and be thankful for it.
Yeah.
Accept the truth. And there's a lot of situations that we might go through that are painful, we're angry about, but until we can accept that, you know what, it happened. Not that it was okay to happen.
Yes, I just wrote that down.
Oh, did you? Not that it was okay to happen. Actually, I've got that there. Not that it was okay to happen, but it happened.
But it happened.
And now that it has happened, what can I do about it? And that's where some people choose to, I'll never forgive them.
Dwell.
To dwell on it. Or let go and move on.
Let it go and move on.
Right? Look for the lessons that it's here to teach you.
Yeah.
Learn from it and grow from it. So, right? Yeah. And then be grateful.
Be grateful.
Gratitude. The more you're grateful for is the more you'll have to be grateful for.
This just reminded me, I was journaling one day and I wrote a letter to God. And it was so hard to do this, but I said thank you. I didn't know if I meant it, but I was trying to train myself into knowing that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you.
Yeah.
So there's a reason for all of this.
Absolutely.
So I thanked him, but it's so hard to be grateful in moments that you never asked for.
The gratitude doesn't come. It's a process, right?
Yeah.
And you look back and say, oh, I'm so grateful. In spite of having lost him, I'm grateful that he was a part of my life because this is how I've been blessed as a result of it. So yeah, accepting. And once you accept that this has happened, okay, what can I do about it? How can I be better instead of being bitter?
Ooh.
Right? Right?
That was good.
Yeah. How can I be better instead of bitter? Yeah. Once you've accepted that it's happened, you choose, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to be empowered as a result of it. This is what it's taught me. I'm resilient. I'm strong.
What does resilience mean?
Being able to bounce back. When life knocks you down, you get right back up and you brush yourself off and you keep going.
Yep. Push through.
Absolutely.
Push.
Absolutely. I think it's Yallll Van Zandt. I heard
love
say
her.
Yeah, and she said pain. When we're feeling pain, and there's pain in life, right? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional, right? So pain, and when we suffer, it's because we refuse to let go.
Yeah, you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah, right?
You're choosing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we feel pain, we should pay attention inward now. Right? Because if I had a toothache now, I'm going to pay attention to my tooth. Where is it hurting? In my tooth.
Yeah, get it out.
What am I going to do about it?
Go to the dentist.
Right?
You have to get up though.
Yeah.
And you have to go.
Yeah. We have to take the step.
You have to take the step.
Yeah. So accept the truth and be thankful. And distance yourself.
From?
Well, if it's in a negative relationship, you want to get away from that person. Or people, places, and things that are not conducive to what you're seeking, if it's health that you're seeking, or to let go. Or distance yourself, meditating.
Yeah.
Right? Meditating.
Meditate. What is meditation?
Oh, sitting in silence and just taking in all that is and plugging into the source of all that is life.
Yes.
Right? That's all it is. And I mean, and I find for me, meditation could be just going over, reciting one particular scripture.
The Bible.
Right? Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't read my Bible often, which I should. Don't follow me. But but when I read the Bible, every single direction we need, God has already laid it out for us. Every single anything that you're going through, you just open, and sometimes you just open one page and it just happens to relate to your life. So it's huge guidance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, as I said, just repeating that there's the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
Whom shall I fear?
Right, and just keep saying that over and over and over and over again, meditating on that.
Okay.
Right, and then it gets in here, it gets in your heart, and then there might be a moment of fear, right? And then you can call on that, and that just soothes you, right? Whom shall I fear?
Whom shall I fear?
Right. So that's number 2, distancing yourself, focus only on what can be changed. Right? Because we will tend to go back to, if I did this, or I should have done that, it shouldn't have happened like that, it should have, could have, would have.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Have you heard of the Serenity Prayer? It's called the Recovery Prayer. All the anonymous, like alcoholics, narcotics, cocaine anonymous. The Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity, which is peace, to accept the things I cannot change. The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I believe that's the process you're in, and we all are
realize
at some point
the difference.
Yeah, and I'll give you a good example as a mother. My children, our children, and parents can relate to this. Yeah. Our children aren't going to be how we want them to be, nor are they supposed to. And I think as parents, we need to really recognize that and own that. They're here for us to nurture and guide and equip them with all the things the skills that they need to go forth on their journey.
On their own.
They're not here to live my journey. And so I had to come to that acceptance that they're not here to live my journey. Whereas I come from a generation where children were seen and not heard. We were told what to do and
said what I said.
Right.
I said what I said.
But the truth of the matter is, that's not the reality. That's not life, right? So, I focus on how I respond to how my children behave. If I say, do your chores, and they don't do it, well, am I going to freak out and lose my mind?
Reaction?
That does not work, because I've tried it. It doesn't work. What can I change about getting that done? Oh, well, you like your cell phone? Well, I'll take your cell phone because I pay the bill. And once your chores is done, sure, you can have it back. Right?
Instead of
instilling fear, because we come from that generation, right? The beatings and the
Caribbean.
Yes, but it's not. It goes even deeper, my darling.
Yeah.
It goes back to the days
Generations.
of slavery.
Yeah.
That's what was instilled in us, and we saw that it was effective, so we did that to our children. Right?
Wow.
We did that to our children.
Yeah.
And then the cycle continues, and that's why for my 2020 vision is about breaking the cycle. And I'll be starting a blog on breaking the cycle and how we need to break the cycle.
Break the cycle. And because for those who don't have kids right now, if we don't figure out and heal our own bruises, we're easily going to carry it down to our children and their children and their children's children.
Absolutely. Human race. And we'll pass that baton in the race.
Yeah.
Right? We'll pass that on. And it keeps going on. So we need to break the cycle.
And especially when now where you're in a family that doesn't really acknowledge maybe the generational curse, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because there's no help.
Right.
So now you're sent out into the real world on your own, fighting your own battles and trying to figure it out, and you have nobody to guide you because they weren't guided either. Right. So how are they going to know if they didn't figure their self out? Then how are they going to know how to help heal you?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's been my journey. I've had to learn how to my foundation is abandonment, abuse, and addiction. And the addiction, which I'm grateful for, came about as a result of the abandonment and abuse. So and I had to let go of the anger and all the negative feelings I had about being abandoned and rejected by my family and my parents, most importantly, and being abused by different people. And that was the whole gamut of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. So I went through it. But what I learned was that, I learned how to abuse myself. So, of course, addiction had to come into place. But it wasn't until addiction, brought me to my knees and I realized, well, why am I hurting me? Why don't I love me? right? I'm worthy of love.
Yeah.
And that it was in that moment I had to make a choice of either holding on to the baggage of my past or letting it all go and saying, you're worthy. Where do I go from here?
Where do you go?
What do you need to learn to break the cycle of your past?
Of your past.
Self-love.
I was just the workshop that we did the other day.
Yes.
And we had to write down things that we loved about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that a lot of us said everything, but we basically failed to acknowledge self-love in that activity. A lot of us didn't even say ourselves. Mm-hmm. We never said ourselves. We said everything else but ourselves. It's like a lot of people think that they're coming off too cocky if they talk about themselves, so they just kind of withdraw from that. Mm-hmm. They'll be so quick to compliment others and say, you're so beautiful, you're so loving, mm-hmm. you're so caring, but can never say that to themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yesterday I went to an event and this one girl, she's like just bashing herself. Like, you would give her a compliment, oh no.
Self-esteem.
Quick. We have to understand that God created us for a divine reason.
Absolutely.
Which makes us at the top of the chain. Like, we have an advantage. So we have to know that we walk like in light at all times.
But how do we get that knowledge out there? I've actually, in January, I'll be starting at Malvern, the Malvern Community Center, mm-hmm. Self-Esteem for Girls. 13 to 16 is the first group I'm gonna be working on, where we'll talk about self-esteem, body image, self-compassion. Self-esteem is kind of like a tricky label because self-esteem comes sometimes at the expense of another because you're judging yourself against someone else. But self-compassion is knowing that even in self-esteem, now let's say you're playing a game, for instance, or you're going out with someone and you break up, your self-esteem has gone down, right? Because he doesn't like me anymore, I'm not pretty, I'm not,
oh my gosh,
I'm not
me.
All of these things, right?
Yeah.
However, self-compassion is a whole nother ball game.
Is self-compassion, that's not having pity for yourself?
No.
Okay.
No, it's being kind to yourself. It's knowing that, okay, so he broke up with you. All right, he broke up with me, but you know what? I still love me, and it's his loss, not mine. And he just wasn't the right one. Mm-hmm. He couldn't appreciate who I am, all the gifts that I have, right? And we stop looking at ourselves as being the gift, especially as young women. Yeah. We figure we got to give them the gift. They can see the gift.
They see the gift.
Right? So, and it's not to
But do they see the gift?
Yes. Yes.
But do they see the gift?
And a lot of us, and as myself included, will prefer to, okay, he might not be able to handle my gift. My gift might be too much for him, so I'll dull my gift so that his gift can shine.
Let me be gentle.
Right. Now, self-compassion, this is what I really want to, you're having or I'm having a problem and I'm telling you about it. You're going to say, oh girl, don't worry about it. I get it. But you're this, you're that, and you'll build me up.
Yeah.
Right? We can't do that to ourselves, can we?
This is what I'm saying.
Beat ourselves down.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. No wonder. Oh.
I don't know.
I
struggle with that too. As soon as like a relationship doesn't work out for me, the first thing I think of is I'm not beautiful enough, because majority of the time they leave you for another, mm-hmm. right? And then you see the other and you're like, they're beautiful. And then you start comparing yourself. You're like, maybe I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not attractive enough. What is it? Because personally, I think that
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
That's not just some words that we say. That is truth. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
What does that
I've seen some beautiful girls, and you talk to them and their attitude, it's like, right? And if an individual is only interested in what you look like on the outside, because we can butt injections, breast implants, plastic surgery, and look that level of beauty or how beauty is perceived. And inside, you're hurt, you're wounded, you're angry, you're bitter,
There's a lot going on. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
So it's how you perceive beauty. And if he perceives beauty based on external, then that's not the person you want to be with.
Say thank you, God.
Yes. Be grateful.
Yeah, be grateful
for the lesson that he taught you.
Be grateful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just reminded me, a lot of people, when they have to let go of a job or if they have to walk away from maybe a toxic person in their life, they always, I'm speaking for me actually. I used to think like, oh, like he's losing out, whatever. Like we're done, we're going separate ways, that's it. But I've realized that when you part ways with someone, you're not only are you receiving an upcoming blessing, but they are too. And sometimes it's best for both of you to part in order for you guys to individually receive your own blessing.
It's always
best. And I just feel like a lot of people always see it as a one-sided thing, like, oh, they're losing out. No, they're not losing out. Because sometimes you're not meant to be in someone's life forever. Sometimes you're just a lesson that came in and they learned, and now it's time to go.
To move on.
Yeah, it's not always like a negative thing that you have to part from somebody.
It's so true. It's not. There's a lesson there, and you look for the lesson. The lesson will give you the blessing. I had to come to that realization that one day my husband will not be my husband. My children will not be my children. Like I won't be around. Like that, the dynamic, because we get stuck. Stuck. Look at birds. They're kicking if we look to nature, they've got it right. They're good. Got it right. We're so attached to things, and we need people to define us. We need things to define us. Where we live, the cars we drive, the clothes we wear, another person's name on my body to define. No, I define me. We define ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? And then the other person can truly appreciate you.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, nothing is meant to last forever.
Realize that.
It's not.
Realize that.
It's not. So how can you change that? Because change begins with you, right? Change begins with you. You be the change you want to see. Gandhi. Be the change you want to see in this world or in your life.
You be the change.
You be the change. Yeah. And who are you not to be great?
Who are you not to be great?
Yeah.
Who are you, like the audacity that you even thought you couldn't be?
Yeah. Playing small, the correct thing, quote, is playing small does not serve the world. Yes. Your playing small does not serve the world. It serves nobody. Who are you not to be great?
Wow.
And when I'm
that's motivational.
Who am I? How dare me?
Playing small
does not
serve the world.
Right? And think about it. You're in a relationship with someone and you play small just to make them be good or to look good or to appear, to boost their ego. Really, you're lying to that person.
You're lying.
And you're lying to yourself.
It doesn't serve neither of you.
Yeah.
There's only so long you can live a lie.
Yeah, absolutely. So focus only on what can be changed.
Yes.
And then claim ownership and full control of your life.
Claim ownership.
Because how easy it to say, oh, well, because my mother beat me or my father left my mother or my boyfriend left me or this happened and that happened and right? Because of all these things, that's why I'm like this. Oh, yeah.
Can we read
yes,
that?
Please. Yes, please.
Excuses are the lies we convince ourselves are true to avoid proving that we are worthy of being a beautiful gift.
And that's how I started the workshop last week.
Perfect.
That's how I started the workshop last week. That's another thing that'll be coming up. Workshops. We need them. Absolutely.
So important. Take time. Take time to self-reflect and really figure yourself out.
Yeah.
So important.
Talking about things like truth. What is truth to you? Right? What is your truth? And that was what really got me on my journey. What is my truth? Well, yeah, all that stuff happened, but is that truly who I am?
No.
No, there's something greater. Then I realized I'm a diamond, right? I'm a diamond. And every experience, right? I was a coal, but every experience shined me up. Like there was a different facet that was being shined, right?
And there's different compartments within the diamond that make you complete and full and shiny. Yeah.
Our sisters are hurting, and I'm here to do sister work. I'm sorry, there's lots of other resources for lots of other culture. I mean, sisters on a whole is females, but sisters. My community's sisters. I've seen my sisters in the street, and I'll be smiling at them, and they will, harden their face, and and I'll say, "Queen, smile," and they'll smile, and I said, "Look at how beautiful you are." Right?
Yeah, we need more of that. Claim ownership and full control of your life. You are in full, I say this all the time on the show, you are in full control of whatever goes on in your life. Honestly, you have two options in life. Yes or no. There's black or white. There's on or off. Okay, there's only two options, and it's up to you to choose which road actually you want to go down. And also know that even if you decide to take the wrong route, God will always provide a route to bring you right back to the main ship.
We always have a choice. You
always have a choice.
Yep. Always. Always. So I've now come up with a system that's been it's tried and true. I've proven it over and over again, and it's ACT. ACT. Take action, my sister. The ACT is about being awareness. When we're faced with pain, pay attention, and so that awareness.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
You're aware. Okay.
Aware.
Doesn't feel
acknowledge.
Right. Acknowledge, and accept it. Right.
This
awareness.
happened.
Yes. Right?
It's not okay.
Right? Not okay.
It's not okay, but
what can I do about it?
You can't do anything about it. It happened.
Right. So the acceptance. C. Once you have accepted it, it's like acceptance brings the gift of courage. Now you've got courage to choose.
What does courage mean?
Courage.
How would you define courage?
Courage is
the audacity, like to confront something,
having that strength, that assurance to
stand up to it.
Yes. Yeah. Courage. I don't know what the dictionary says courage is, but in how I look at it, I don't feel weak. I feel empowered. I feel strong, knowing that I can conquer this. I can face this. I can get through this. I can overcome this.
Confidence.
Yes. So as I said, like all the A leads to the C, which is, and once you've got courage, you can choose to change. You've got the courage to change, courage to choose.
Yep.
Right? And then you got to be truthful. You have to be truthful. You have to be truthful. You can't.
As ugly as it could be.
Yeah. And you know what? The truth does set you free.
It really does.
You might feel fearful, but what is fear? What is fear?
Not of God. God doesn't want you to fear.
Fear is something that's in here.
Yeah,
it's in our minds, right? It's in our minds.
Doubt.
And I think fear is mentioned how many times in the Bible? Over 300. I definitely know that. I don't know the exact, and we can Google it, but I don't know the exact. But fear is mentioned over 300 times in the Bible, and I believe it's Isaiah 41:10 or 31:10. Don't quote me, but it's in the book of Isaiah where it says. And I was going through a really difficult time once, and I opened up my Bible, and that was there, and it said, "Fear not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. I will help thee. I will uphold thee with my righteous right hand." And I meditated and meditated and meditated until I understood what that meant. Fear not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. And because I know I am not God, and neither is anyone else, but there is a God.
He has conquered all of those things already.
Yes.
That's why he died for us.
Yes.
Everything that we have experienced, all of the baggage, all of the criticism, all of the complaining, I'm looking at the bag.
Yeah.
All of that, God has already experienced for you to overcome. He said, I already experienced that. I already got through that. I conquered that. I shed blood for it. It's good. Everything's good. Fear not.
Fear not.
You'll get through it.
Yeah. So we've got that courage.
Yeah.
We've been blessed with that. Right? Once we're able to accept it, acknowledge it, and accept it, we have the courage to choose to change. Got choice. We always have a choice. Even when we choose wrong, it leads us to knowing that we still have a choice.
Yes.
Right?
And
to make a change.
I just want people to know, even when you take the wrong route, because we are human and we sometimes choose the wrong routes to go down, knowing we shouldn't.
But we need to make the wrong choice so we can learn.
God always provides an alternative route for you to go back to where you're supposed to be. But again, even in that time, it's a choice.
Yes.
God is a gentleman. He won't bombard you.
God is a gentle being.
A gentle being. He won't bombard you. What he'll do is hey, Shalisa, I heard that you wanted this opportunity. I'm here to give it to you. No, not today, God. I'm good. I'm busy. I'm distracted today. Come back tomorrow.
Right.
Okay. Next day, comes back. Shalisa, I still have this opportunity for you. Like, do you want it? God, I'm busy. Why are you bothering me? Leave me alone. Gentle. Okay, Shalisa. A decade later, still
knocking. Yeah.
Still patiently knocking. Who would do that?
A God that loves us, that created us.
Yes.
Right? God that loves us.
He's always there. You just have to ask anything you want. Anything you want.
So that's it. We can know that. If we ask God to help us, guide me through to let go of this. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's there. We have to be obedient.
You have to be obedient.
You have to be obedient. And honesty, you need to be honest. That brings me back to the T, the truth.
Truth.
Be truthful. Trust the process. Be truthful, trust the process, and transformation will evolve.
Will evolve.
Yeah.
That's when it'll happen.
Yes. That's the act. That's my act system.
That's your key right there.
Yeah.
The key to be.
The key to be.
That's your key to be.
Right? The key to be. And it is knowledge, experience, what we know, our experience, and us. We forget ourselves because we look.
Everyone around us.
So the next one was focus inward, right?
Focus inward.
As I said about pay attention inward now. Yeah, because that's where it is.
Everything is already within.
Right. The me, the self that exists, that I know is here. It's in here. It's not out there.
Yeah. And
it's not out there.
I think I've heard someone say this, like, as soon as you have to question something that may not sit well with you, that's your answer right there to change something. So look within, choose within, go with your intuition.
Intuition.
Yes.
Let your intuition
lead
be
you.
Your guide. Yeah.
This is therapy for me.
Good.
This is therapy.
And change the people around you.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's hard. You know it. Yes, it's hard.
That's hard.
It's hard because, and especially I know for your age group, because there's people that that you shouldn't. You know, your intuition is telling you no. However, to be accepted or for whatever it is that you're trying to feel within you, you still kind of mess with that person or deal with that guy or whatever. Full well knowing you have no business there.
Yeah.
But clearly you need to learn that lesson.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that one's hard.
Yeah. Change the people around you. Why is it hard?
It's hard because you don't want to, well, it depends on your view, but for me, I don't ever want to offend. Like, even when I know that someone no longer serves a purpose in my life, I keep them around because I care more for their feelings of how they're going to react opposed to my own. So I'm not confrontational.
You don't matter? Oh, you're not confrontational? You don't matter? So then why would someone else's feelings be more important than how you're feeling? Because how you're feeling is how you're feeling. And you're not doing it to intentionally hurt that person. You're doing that to honor who you are. Right?
Yeah.
So
I think way too much for other people, honestly. Way too much.
At the end of the day.
Way too much.
At the end of the day, at the end of our journey, I don't believe we're going to be, if you were kind to others, if you served others in a way that helped them, right? To be servants as well, but not to be a slave to make others feel, then you're a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And if you're
I say yes way too much.
So learning to say no.
No.
Yeah.
Not next year, because I'm not going to wait. But from now on, because I just had an incident happen to me where I said yes again, and honestly, it pulled me back, because then now I'm delayed. I'm still delayed right now. And that was because I said yes when I didn't even want to say yes, but I said yes for their own good.
And what did you think you did anything for them? No.
No.
And you had everything inside of you was telling you to say no.
I confronted my friends. I'm like, should I say yes or no? Everyone said no, Shalisa. And I said yes, because I rather not have conflict with that person.
Why?
Because I don't want them to
reject you.
Yeah, basically, and end our friendship.
That was honest. I like that.
I don't want them to reject me or be like, oh, she didn't do this, so now it's awkward in public when we run into each other.
That's okay. That's all right. If she rejects you or he rejects you, so what?
That's true. So what? Yeah.
Your life goes on. You still wake up being true to you, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Sorry. I say yes too much. Like,
I did it. You're not alone in that. You're not alone in it. These are things that I've done.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because when your foundation is based on rejection and abandonment, you learn to people please.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But now I'm at an age where, no. I'm learning to listen to me. I'm learning to honor myself. Yeah.
Say no when you need to.
When you need to.
Yeah. You don't have to say no yes to everything.
When you need to, and yes to you. Right? Take a chance. Take a chance.
Yeah.
Let go. Oh, I think the picture is upstairs.
Jump.
There's one. Yeah, I do have it. It's upstairs.
Just do it.
Yeah, that's why that slogan's so big.
So big.
For years, generations to come, they'll be still saying,
just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. I was holding on to, I shouldn't start this business. Nobody's going to want to hear it.
Yeah.
I was making up all the excuses about the judgment and the criticism and who was going to say what and da-da-da. But you know what? God kept on. When are you going to do what I told you to do?
Yep.
When are you going to do what I told you to do? Okay, so you need to learn the lesson again?
Okay.
You need to learn the lesson again? Okay, we can do this.
Yeah, we'll wait.
I'm still here.
Yep.
And I had to learn. You know what? Then I started a vision board. I saw an intention board because I use words.
Yeah.
And I just cut out things. And that was my first.
This was the first one.
That was the first one I did. God's acceptance. Step into your power. Truth. Self-love. Enjoy life every day.
Satisfy your soul.
Yeah. So you know what? And I'm going to just do a shameful plug about my workshops. The intention workshops. That's something I want to do for the 2020
vision.
Yeah, 2020 vision is to help others out there because it's a goal. It's setting goal and gather out. I need to find a place outside of my home. This is reserved for special people, but outside of the home where I can conduct these, I think maybe one a month, different locations, and have women, queen, come together, in a safe environment and do their goal setting through an intention board.
It's needed.
It's powerful.
It is powerful.
It's powerful.
I made a video on Instagram and I said, despite the bad things that have happened within this year, because everyone thinks that new year, nothing's going to happen or no obstacles are going to come your way. But there's going to be obstacles in every year, every day, every week.
Yes.
But take a look at where you came from the beginning of January 2019 till the end. There's so much happens in a day. In one day.
Yes.
So imagine a whole year. Like, my life is so different from the beginning of this year till now. Like,
mine too.
Completely shocked.
But I'm empowered.
But it's a good thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Only elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And look at number 8.
Focus on today.
A lot happens in a day.
Yeah.
A lot happens in a day.
Don't think about tomorrow either.
You can't.
That's what...
Well, it's been said, when you focus on the past, you stay in depression. You choose to be in depression.
Yeah.
And when you focus on the future, you choose to be in anxiety and worry.
Yeah, that's true.
But when you focus in today, you live each moment as it comes. And we only just have today.
Right now, this hour, this minute, this second.
Because the truth is, our future will be determined on what I do in this moment.
Right now. Oh, whew.
Yeah.
Our future, yeah. It's a result of right now.
Of this moment. This moment.
Yep.
We need to honor it and honor ourselves in this moment. That's all that's required.
It's big.
And that's easy. It's easy. Think about it. Just in this moment.
Still.
Yes. And know.
Be still.
And know. That knowing. That knowing.
Be still and know. Be still and focus on today. I used to stress about, oh my gosh, I have work tomorrow at 7 a.m.
And 7 a.m. is near. I used to do that as well.
And it's not
7 a.m.
We're only at 3 o'clock p.m. right now.
Yeah. It is written. Be still and know that I am God.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. Be still and know that I am God.
He's got you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? God is. God is everywhere. God is in you. God is in me. And that's what we connect with. When we can honor that God, the intuition that comes from within, knowing.
I have, I posted something on Instagram. I really want to read it out loud because I just looked at the wall and you said forgiving is accepting. And
accepting is giving up the hope that a painful experience could have happened any other way.
Oh, wow.
Not that it was okay to happen. Well, yeah.
Could happen any other way.
It couldn't have. Right? It's accepting. It says forgiving is accepting. Accepting is giving up the hope that a painful experience could have happened any other way. Because then you're not accepting it, right? If you're thinking that it should have happened another way, then you're not accepting it.
And either way, for me, death happens. Everybody dies.
Yeah. And it couldn't have happened any other way. Right?
Yeah.
Not that it was okay to happen, but now that it's happened, what will you do about it? Look at here we are today. Look at what has come as a result of that. Yeah. And then even us being here in this moment at this time, how many other people are going to be helped? How many other lives it's impacted? Yeah. So it's being that pebble in the pond, right?
Yeah. I posted this because I was watching a sermon and he said this, and I just feel like all of my worry and stress and baggage was like lifted off of my shoulder. Philippians 4 verse 6. Don't worry about anything. This is God talking to us. He's guiding us. He's directing us. He's reassuring us. Don't worry about anything, but pray and ask God for everything you need. No matter what it is, ask Him for what you need. Always giving thanks for what you have, which we covered.
Yes.
And because you belong to Him, God's peace. Also, you can't experience peace without pressure. Yeah. You can't. There would be no point in life.
Right. You would know what peace is if there wasn't any pressure.
Yeah. God's peace will stand guard over all of your thoughts and feelings, anxiety, stress, depression, however you feel. His peace can do this far better than our human minds, than ourselves.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall
guide
thy paths. Make thy paths straight. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Rely not on your own.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto
big.
thine. Yes, it is. With all thine heart.
Everything. That's what He says. Don't worry.
And that was Proverbs what again? Proverbs 3
verse
5
6.
Yeah, 5 and 6. And there's another powerful one. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Right. So it's always about seeking God first in everything. So one question I have for you, Shalisa.
Oh.
Okay. What's one thing you're thankful for?
One thing I'm thankful for is my growth in perception, because I used to always pity myself in a way without it being known. And look at bad situations always as if it's happening to me. And why me?
Right,
I did this.
Why not you?
I did A, B, C, and D. Why me? Like, I didn't do anything wrong for this to happen.
Right.
So why me? So when I changed my perception on that, this is where I am at now.
See,
this is literally where I'm at now. And I'm so... And this podcast has helped me develop that type of perception and looking at things in a different way. And this is why I like speaking to people, because they help me through speaking to people and talking to people and having conversations. I learn about myself through other people. So, yeah.
That's good. Our greatest relationship that we could ever have, and this is what I try to get across to everyone that I speak to, our greatest relationship is the relationship we have with ourselves. Because then that relationship is then you can see it in all the other relationships.
Yeah, it reflects right back.
Absolutely.
It reflects right back.
And if, let's say, I know with my mother, for instance, our relationship is not a typical mother and daughter relationship, because it never will be. I've accepted that. However, I can pick up the phone, call her, how are you doing? I know what she's able to talk about and what she can't. And I let it go. That's good. I connect. I touch base with her. Then I've got like deeper relationships, but it's based on the level of where I'm at and how I relate within myself and my acceptance of
that.
Yeah.
Of that dynamic. And then you'll go about it differently depending on how you perceive it. It's true.
My wish for everyone is that we could all heal. We could all break the cycle and heal from the wounds of our past.
Yes. I was watching another sermon. I love watching sermons. He said, where there is no love, that is a signal to show love. It's hard to help someone without taking on their battles. For me, depending on how how much empathy you carry.
Okay.
It's hard to, like, how do you help someone who, let's say, is depressed and they're just always low while you're on a high frequency at the moment, but they're always low, and you're trying to help, right? And provide some type of assistance and comfort with, how do you do that without going down to their level at the same time?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good question.
Because that's hard, because the more, it's like they say, like, the energy you're around, you end up kind of becoming that.
Yeah. I know of what you speak. I had a situation where someone that, and I mean, I still love that person. I'll always love that person. But negative energy, bad attitude. And I get it, because bad things can happen to us and we can play the victim, right?
Yeah.
So now I've learned, and as a result of that relationship, I've learned and I've grown, learned about forgiveness, and a lot of healing came as a result of it. And I refuse to sit on a pity pot with someone.
It sounds mean.
But it's not. When you're on an airplane, I thought this was mean. When you're on an airplane, they tell you, if the plane is going down and the mask is coming down, you're to put it on yourself first and then your child. Because if you don't have that mask on and you're putting it on someone else, then you can crash. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can only save you first.
Yeah.
One valuable lesson I've learned this particular 2019 is, it's okay to love others from a distance.
Yeah.
Because if that others brings, the negativity or the depression or the bitterness or the anger, if they're always bringing that around you, right? You can be a light so much, right? You can be a light so much and your light will still shine. However, it's okay to set boundaries. You got to set boundaries.
You got to set boundaries.
As humans, we tend to we want to it's like we're treading water. We're treading water in the game of life. We're treading water in the pool of life. And someone can't swim, so we take them on. We take them on here. We take them on. We take them on. Eventually, what's going to happen? We're going to start to drown because we can only take on so many people.
So much.
But if we just lay back and float and be in the sea of life, we're okay.
We're okay.
Set boundaries. We cannot save. The only way we
can't be a people pleaser.
Absolutely. You can save yourself, right? And it's not to sound selfish, but in saving you, then you become a beacon for someone else. And then they will look and say, oh, what does she do? What's she doing? Why do you think Oprah is so huge? Or Denzel or Barack or, right? These people that, and I use even Beyonce, or you think Beyonce is there people pleasing everybody?
Oh no.
Okay.
She don't play.
Okay.
She don't play.
Right? Or Jay-Z, or right now there's going to be people that are going to say, oh, who is Beyonce? Who does she think she is? She's going to get the criticism. Well, it's not about them. She's not living her life for them.
Yeah.
They're going to talk.
Yeah.
Right?
And she doesn't even respond to anything. Why? She does not respond to anything.
Because they're still where they are and she's living her life. And this is where we got to really be firm about that. That's what for 2020, that is my vision. To be firm about that.
Be firm.
Yeah. Boundaries. Set boundaries. It's not even there with in terms of letting go. But you gotta. Yeah. Speak your truth.
Speak your truth.
It's not okay for anyone to treat me any less than I treat myself. Stand up for who you are. Be true to you. To thine own self, be true.
We gotta pay more attention to ourselves.
So I ask you this last question before we go. How will you let go?
How will I let go? Accepting what happened, figuring out, which is going to take me some time, my tendencies, my bad habits, my reactions to things, and change them in that moment that I see it happening. And then I'm just gonna, follow the light from there.
The acceptance, just accepting it. Just accept.
I've accepted it, but my problem is.
See, when you say the but, I know that you accept it. It's like
I know there's a tangle. Yes. There's a tangle because I don't know how to I honestly don't know how to emotionally let him go without forgetting him.
Well, you'll never forget him. What are you grateful for?
That we're here to serve one another. And understand one another without judgment, because that was a huge part of my life. I paid more attention to him as a person and how he made me feel. He made me feel seen. I've never had someone see so much beauty in me because I didn't show it to myself.
So he soothed your insecurities.
Yeah. And then that's when I realized that I'm insecure, because when he was gone, I can't even, the things that he says to me, I could never say to myself. There were times where he would tell me on the phone all the time, like, I want to hear you say that you're beautiful. Like, say it. And it was even hard that during those times to even say it. I would be like, I'm okay. When Aiden came in my life and I found this guy who is so obsessed with me. I've never met someone so obsessed with me, so vocal about it, so confident about it, so sure about it, like just direct. And I've never had that before. Wow. I've never had that before.
Maybe he was here to teach you that.
Yeah.
Not maybe. He was here to teach you that. For you to learn to give that to you.
To myself. Every time, I need to hear you say you're beautiful. Why don't you think you're beautiful? Like, I'm so confused. I'm okay, Aiden, relax.
Wow. But you're at actually a very powerful place. To be on your own is not a bad thing.
It's a lot.
If you look at it that way, to be on your own is not a bad thing. I mean, right now, I remember being on my own, and that was great. I loved it. Now I'm married. I've got 3 kids, plus 2 kids, plus grandkids, plus, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I not that I wish, but I look forward to the days when I can be an empty nester. And yeah, absolutely.
Just wander.
Yeah.
Definitely a wanderer.
But learn about all that you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
The next thing you're married, you've got kids, and you're living a whole nother life thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I had.
Yeah. So we have laid out all of these steps. Some steps. There's probably way more
to letting go.
But we laid out the steps for you guys to maybe try and understand more in depth of how to let go and what it includes and how you go through that process. It might not be roses at some points.
No, but
because it's challenging, but
when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change.
This is Shalisa Marie Radio, episode 35. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're going to talk about as many self-help topics as possible. Help you guys elevate
and release and let go of some things.
Let's end it with the Nelson Mandela quote.
Playing small does not serve the world. Who are you not to be great?
Who are you not to be great? Don't ever second guess yourself. You are it, and know that. We out.
Peace.
Shalisa Marie Radio.